Chapter 4. Dear Lucy, it seems I was just with you in Whitby, and now I find myself in Budapest. Sister Agatha is a saint. She has cared for Jonathan, nursing him back to health. He says he cannot yet speak of things that happened to him, but he asked me to marry him, here and now. So we have been married, with him laying in the bed. After the brief ceremony, he took my hand and said, "It was the dearest thing in the world. Oh, Lucy, I am so happy. I am so fortunate to have Jonathan and a dear friend like you. I can't wait until you are married to Arthur. So, in your own marriage life, you may be as happy as I am now. Goodbye, my dear. I will post this at once and please write me back soon. It gives me great joy to sign this for the first time. As you ever loving, Mina Harker." Oh, my dearest sweet Mina, if only you knew how sick I have become since we parted, and now my poor mother has fallen ill with worry. Everything feels as though it's slipping away. Are you ready, Miss Lucy? He's just arrived. So soon, Jack? I thought that was tomorrow. Lucy, I told you only this morning he would visit today. He can't be idle. I promised Arthur I would attend to you until he gets back from the visit his father. My colleague is the foremost expert on usual conditions. Very well, if you really think it's necessary, you are the doctor after all. I am indeed. You are merely 20 years old. This listlessness is a mystery we must solve. Miss Lucy Westerner. It's my pleasure to introduce Professor Abraham Van Helsing, doctor, philosopher, metaphysician, my former teacher, and now I am pleased to call him friend. A pleasure to meet you, Professor. Dr. Seward has told me so much about you, though I fear this trip is really unnecessary. I am simply tired. My dear young miss, this great pleasure is mine, because you are so beloved and cause much worry. They told me you were down in the spirit and that you were ghastly pale. To them say off. You and I shall show them how wrong they are. Dr. Seward had his madmen to play with and to bring them back to happiness. But the little he know about young ladies. Professor, these marks, most interesting. When did you first notice them? Ah, they are nothing. My friend pricked me with a safety pin. They do seem strangely persistent. It's been several weeks and they haven't healed. Weeks? This is strange. Thank you for your being so cooperative of patient, Miss Lucy. I will now speak with Dr. Seward and bid you a good day. Thank you, Professor. I appreciate your kindness. There is no functional cause. There has been much blood loss, but she is in no way anemic. And yet there is a cause. You must send me a telegram every day. If there is a change, I shall come again. This case interests me, and the sweet young dear has charmed me, so I will come. Thank you, Professor. I must go back home and think something is at work there. And here, we must discover what is it. Master, master, shut him up. The master has promised me so many things. Back to eating flies and field. Why shouldn't I? The blood is life. The blood is life. Professor, so good of you to come. Miss Lucy has taken a terrible change for the worse. His fiancée has returned from his ailing father. He attended to her now. She was much doing better. Her color was back as before. Then this dreadful turn. Professor Van Helsing, please meet my friend Arthur Homewood. Forgive me for not standing to greet you, Professor. Jack has told me of your expertise. I pray you can help my poor Lucy. I will try, sir. As I feared, the marks are fresh again and she is even more pale. She needs a transfusion at once. She wants blood, and blood she must have, or die. You are strong, Mr. Homewood. This is a good Miss Lucy has found a good man, and it is a man we want. Tell me what I can do, and I shall do it. My life is hers, and I would give the last drop of blood in my body for her. Good boy. But I do not ask for the last. Not yet. Little miss, it does all good to see you sitting up. You gave us quite a scare. I'm sorry, Professor. No, it's I who am sorry, for I should have realized sooner what is at hand. You have a diagnosis? A suspicion that is almost a certainty. And now you must trust me, us all. Professor, is that garlic? Is that some form of treatment? Oh, Professor, you must be putting up a joke on us. I never jest. There is a grim purpose in this, and all I do, you must obey. Little miss, the garlic is not to be removed. Do you think Arthur is strong enough to watch her after giving blood? He is better man than either of us, Doctor shivered. Now come. Here you are, dear. They are from garden. Oh, Arthur, you spoil me so much. You look so tired, Arthur. You gave me so much of your blood. I insist you rest a while. Very well, dear. Only a short nap. All I can think about is our marriage when I am feeling well again. That's the same thought that sustained me. We are going to have a long, wonderful life together. Elsa, I insist you remove those dreadful garlic flowers. But the professor said, while my mother is ill, I am the lady of this house. Do as I say, and leave the windows open so we can be rid of that dreadful odor. Yes, Miss Lucy. Anything else, Miss Lucy? No, Elsa. My love is very near. That is all I require. Good night, miss. My love. What did you say, Lucy? Sleep. Sleep. My love. There you are, my love. I have been waiting your return. Where have been you, my love? Thank you, driver. What is the matter? Miss Lucy's mother has died, and Miss Lucy, what about her? Have I waited too long? Am I a fool? What has happened? She has taken another grave turn. What happened last night? Where are the garlic flowers? I can't remember anything from last night. The flowers were gone this morning. Professor, be careful, Arthur. Nosferatu! Uh, she has fainted, Arthur. He is here, dear miss. We all are. You are my true friend, Professor. God, Arthur, I will. And give me peace. The Journal of Mina Harker. Jonathan and I have settled back into life in London after our sojourn in Europe. He is slowly recovering from his ordeal and we walk in the park every day. He is careful not to share details of what happened to him in Transylvania. He admits many of the events seem unreal to him now, and he is trying to sort it all out. Jonathan, what is it? You look so grim. Mina, I. This telegram arrives for us from Whitby. Lucy, no! And her mother. Oh, Jonathan, I should have been there for her. I am sorry, dear. Lucy, Mrs. Harker, is it not? Yes, Professor Van Helsing. So good of you to come. Do come in. Jonathan is asleep. He has had quite a shock, which I will explain in due course. In the days since the news of her death reached me, I have come to believe Lucy's death and Jonathan's recent ordeal are linked. Linked, you say? How? Jonathan finally allowed me to read the journal entries he kept during his imprisonment. Imprisonment? Yes, by Count Dracula. It's all quite strange. I hope you will believe us. You would be surprised what I believe, Miss Harker. What makes you think this Dracula had anything to do with Miss Lucy? Jonathan believes Dracula is now in London, England, in Whitby. In fact, at Carfax Abbey, which Jonathan's firm sold to the Count. Jonathan believes this is no ordinary man, instead, a creature with devilish power. If such a creature does exist, how could he not have had a hand in what happened to Lucy, whose home is so near to Carfax? You are a very clever woman. I salute you, Miss Harker. Thank you. Then you will help us? I will. With your permission and Jonathan's, may I read his account of Dracula? I expected as much. I have the journal here for you. You are so good. Hmm. Tell me, Mrs. Harker, if he sold the estate, why did Jonathan not suspect Dracula was at Carfax before the tragedy of Miss Lucy? His brain fever left him uncertain of everything, even his own memories and words. He thought the entire episode a phantasm. But then, we were desperately unhappy after hearing of Lucy's death. The next day, we decided to spend the evening walking down Piccadilly to change our mood. Then Jonathan's nightmare became manifest. My God, no, it's the man himself. I believe it is my tormentor. He has grown even younger. My God, if only I knew, if only I knew. He just kept repeating those words, and I worried that his fever had returned, so I rushed him home. It was then he let me read the journal. When you read it, you can judge for yourself the truth of all this. May I do so now? Yes, of course, I will check on Jonathan. Thank you, Mrs. Harker. Mrs. Harker, you may sleep without a doubt. Strange and terrible as your husband's journal is, it is true. His brain and his heart are all right. This I swear before I have seen him. It's such a great weight off my mind to hear you say that. What are we to do? I have learned all at once, so much I must think. I will write soon. Thank you, Professor. Child found dead in Whitby. Come here, boy. Did you say Whitby? Yes, sir. A child found dead, drained of blood. Drained of blood. Men got so soon. So soon. So you see, Dr. Sheward, the article states clearly the child had puncture wounds in its throat, exactly the same as Miss Lucy. So you think the same thing that injured Lucy injured the child? You would be wrong to think so. This is not the work of Mr. Harker's tormentor. He will deal with him after this. No, this is worse, far, far worse. What do you mean? The child's wounds were made by Miss Lucy. What? Are you mad? No. Tonight I go to prove it. This is the key to Lucy's tomb. Must we do this, Professor? We must, John. I know you have loved that so sweet lady, but even yet I do not expect you to believe until you see with your own eyes. I got these keys from the coffin man. You do not have Arthur's permission. Arthur will forgive us. What do we hope to find? Hope? Hope is not the word. It's what I expect to not find that will convince you. What are you going to do? Open the coffin. You shall yet be convinced. Well, see for yourself, friend. Where delivery is? Lucy! This is why I dared you to come. Professor, what are we doing? You shall see. There, my God, Lucy! Shh! Stay here. Professor! How long must I wait? Professor, friend John. I caught a glimpse of the child as she turned away from us. She dropped him in the woods and undoubtedly returned to his coffin. Is he harmed? No puncture wounds. We were just in time. Let's get him to the police so they can find his parents. We will have to be discreet or there will be too many questions. In the light of day, the things we saw last night seem hardly possible. Still, you doubt, my young friend. What purpose can this serve? We know the coffin is empty. You shall see. We left the lid ajar, didn't we? We did. It was she who placed it back on top. From the inside. My god. Do you notice her face? Dead a week, yet no sign of decay. Most people in that time would not look so good. There, there you see, the teeth are sharper. What do you determine from this? Merely confirming what I already know. Miss Lucy is a vampire. Lord Godalming, I know you have lost Miss Lucy, her mother, and your own father in short order. But I must ask you to be the strong man I know you to be. Call me Arthur, please. It's just so mad. Lucy, the undead. Arthur, had I not seen her with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it either. But it's true. She left her coffin of her own will. Dr. Sheward is correct. She was bitten by the vampire. She is one of them now. She is lost, and yet we can still save her. How? You must trust me, friend Arthur, and you too, Quincy, and you, John, who who cared for her all time. A duty to Miss Lucy, a promise to keep to the dead. After which, if you all think I have not done as I should, I shall put myself at your mercy. I am starting to have my doubt about you, Doc. I wouldn't normally so dishonor you as to imply doubt, but this mystery goes beyond any honor or dishonor. I don't blame you, Quincy. We act as madmen might. Dr. Sheward, you were with me here yesterday. Was the body of Miss Lucy walking? It was. There in the woods. It is the white chef we saw last night. There you see. My god. All of you, stay back! Arthur, leave these others and come to me. We can rest together. Come, my husband, come. Stay back, John. Our faith is our weapon. Yeah! I will be damned. How did she slide through the bars like that? The child? We are in time. As before, we must get the child to safety. We will leave crumbs of holy water after the bars to keep the creature trapped in the tomb. Now that I have proven to you what I say is true. Gentlemen, I remind you the task ahead is grim and the utmost bravery is required. You must remember that is not the Lucy that we knew and love. The first works. Yes, holy objects are our only weapon. I will explain more in due time. Oh, my pure, sweet Lucy, she looks so cruel. Is this really Lucy's body or only a demon in her shape? It is her body, and yet not it. But wait a while, and you shall see her as she was. Be strong, Arthur. This must be driven through her heart. A moment's courage, and it is done. Before you do it, I wish to tell you of the lore and experience of the ancients who studied the powers of the undead. Friend Arthur, you must know the undead cannot be die, but must go on age after age, adding new victims and multiplying the evils of the world. But when you make her true dead, then the soul of the poor lady who we love shall again be free. Instead of working wickedness by night and growing more debased, she shall take her place with the other angels. There is a passage written by a man long ago who did what you must do now. It was my hand that sent her to the stars. It was the hand of him that loved her best. The hand that of all she should herself has chosen. Had it been to her choose. Yeah. Brave lad. No longer sees the devil's undead, sees God's true dead, whose soul is with him. Bless you that you have given my dear Lucy her soul again, and peace for both of us. I am glad to be forgiven, Quincy. See to Arthur, Dr. Seward, and I must do the rest alone. I will. I am sorry I doubted you, Doc. Must we do the rest? Yeah. We must cut the head off and snuff the mouth full of garlic. Forgive me, dear miss. The Journal of Mina Harker. As Professor Van Helsing requested, we have returned to Whitby. Jonathan arrived a few days ago to make inquiries about the Demeter. He believes that ghostly shipwreck is tied directly to these events. I fear for Jonathan. He blames himself for what happened to Lucy. He forbade me to come back here at first, but I insisted. Count Dracula took Lucy and nearly took Jonathan. If I can help put a stop to this evil, I will gladly do my part. Dr. Stewart, and you are Mrs. Harker. I recognize you from photograph Lucy once showed to me. It is so good of you to meet me, Dr. Sheward, and to invite Jonathan and me to stay at your house. Please call me John. It's the least I could do, though I must admit I have seen little of your husband since his arrival. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to worry you. It's just he's so preoccupied with the Count. We all are in our own way. I'm glad we will all be together now, so none of us has to face this alone. I couldn't agree more. My reunion with Jonathan was brief, but he made sure I was safe as one can be, in Dr. Sheward's asylum. Then he ventured out again. He seemed quite obsessed. Dr. Sheward has generally allowed me to hear his photography recordings. Despite the awkwardness, he clearly felt in sharing them, so I might better understand the events that led up to Lucy's death. He is a man of noble nature, as Lucy says. I have been transcribing some of his more relevant entries with his permission. Master! Master! Those screams must be those of Mr. Renfield. Dr. Sheward's description of him interested me a great deal. Jonathan returned, and we gathered for tea. There is a little doubt as to the sequence of events. The crates I saw leave Dracula's castle were put on the Demeter, 50 crates. The Count somehow arranged for local men to remove them and take them to Carfax Abbey. Lucy and I saw the crates removed from the wreckage. One of them carried the undead body of the Count himself. Oh God heavens! I have observed Carfax Abbey for days. Nobody has arrived or left. But Dracula is here. I know it. I barely slept, and whether a dream or hearing his screams through the floor, Mr. Renfield seemed to preoccupy my thoughts. I pressed Dr. Sheward for a visit, and he kindly acquiesced. Renfield, the visitor I mentioned is here. Mrs. Mina Harker. Oh, very well, let her come in, but I need a moment to tidy up the place. There, nice and tidy. You are not the girl the doctor wanted to marry. She is dead. I never told him any of that. I was her friend. My husband and I were guest of doctor. Don't stay. Why not? I used to fancy that by consuming a multitude of living things, no matter how low in the scale of creation, one might indefinitely prolong life. You see, the blood is life. There is great danger here, Mrs. Harker. Goodbye, dear. I pray to God I may never see your sweet face again. May He bless you and keep you. Goodbye. Afterward, Dr. Seward remarked he was astonished by the sudden turn towards sanity that possessed Renfield in my presence. That evening we met in Dr. Seward's study. It was the first time all of us has gathered together. Ah, the Harkers! Now we can begin. Lord Godalming, are you all right? Thank you, Mrs. Harker. Please call me Mina. Thank you, Mina. You people are so good and kind. You have all been working so earnestly. All I can do is to accept your ideas blindfolded and try to help you. I know you loved my poor Lucy. I did love her, and I know what she was to you and what you were to her. She and I were like sisters, and I hope you will let me be like a sister to you now. Thank you, Mina. It is time to tell you to the enemy which we have to deal. I have been away doing research, as you all have been doing yourself. I know something of the history of this man. Thanks to Jonathan, we know even as we sit here. Count Dracula is right next door. But more importantly, I know what he is. A vampire! Vampire exist. Yes, guys, vampire exist. I admit that at first I was skeptic, but we have the proof of our own unhappy experience. Had I known at the first what now I know, one so precious might have been spared. That opportunity is gone, but we must work so other souls do not perish that we can save. The Nosferatu do not die. I am convinced we faced the same Vlad Dracula, a prince who won his name against the Turks 400 years ago. If so, he possessed a mighty brain and iron will that we face even now. He feeds on the blood of the living, turning them into undead, and gets stronger over time, gathering more power to do his evil. He requires no other substance, as Jonathan observed. He is a brute, a devil, callous with no heart. Based on my research and the account of Jonathan, we know he must return to the soul of his coffin home, his hell home, at sunrise and not emerge until sunset. He has come to England to hunt for fresh blood. I believe it seems he can grow younger when his special pablum is plenty, for our friend Harker saw that himself. He has the strength of 20 men. He can take the appearance of the wolf, as we know from the ship arrival, or the bat. He can see in the dark, giving him an advantage at night when his powers are at their zenith, and cast neither shadow nor reflection in the mirror. He can direct the elements, the storm, the fog, the thunder. He can control the meaner animals of the world. To do this will even smell ones, such as the rat. You are thinking, huh? How do we destroy him then? He has limitations that can be our weapon. Hmm? Garlic is one. This is I foolish thought would be enough to protect Lucy when I suspected vampirism, but was still a skeptic. One account says that the vampire may not enter a home unless invited. Are you guessing my Lucy invited him into her home of her own will? I am suggesting she was tricked, friend Arthur. Dracula has great mental powers. I believe Dr. Shiva's patient Renfield might also be under his wicked influence. He is clever, but so are we. We must trap him when he is returned to his coffin, and destroy him in his lair, or sterilize his soul, so he can no longer seek safety, and destroy him during the day. When he is at his most weak, we must drive a stake through his undead heart. Blam, blam! It's him, blam! Son of a bitch, fast! I asked your pardon, Mrs. Harker, for my language. It was bad. I am a crack shot, but he has an unnatural speed. So you are right about that, Doc. I am going to Carfax Abbey now to put an end to this. You can't. You heard the professor. Daylight is our weapon. There is no time to lose. He will be ready for us. Mr. Morris, you can't. This is madness. Enough of you all. This is madness. We are now all madmen. I cannot stop you, Quincy Morris. And Dr. Sheward is correct. We would be wiser to wait until daylight. But I would not even send a madman against Dracula alone. So we will join you in your recklessness, form a circle. Let us make a compact. We know that we have to contend against, but we are not without strength. We have on our side a power denied to the vampire, the power of our alliance and our faith. And this power will save us all.